Good morning, world. Y'all ever see that little reel that's like on social media where the audio goes, "Good morning, my neighbor. Fuck you." That's what's going on in my head right now. Been up since 3 a.m. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. That always seems to happen, you know. It always seems to happen whenever you go to bed at night and you think, man, you know what? I'm gonna sleep in. I'm gonna sleep like a baby. You know, I ain't got to get up and do nothing in the morning. And then that's when you sleep like shit, you know? It's like, damn it, man. That's what happened to me. Woke up at 3 a.m. I had to pee. And then I laid back down in bed. Bing! Wide awake. So here we are. There's a couple of you in here. Say hello. I know I don't get on here and do this nearly as much as I used to. There we go. We got somebody. Good morning. Morning. How do you say your name? Chinny? Annette? What's up, y'all? This room will fill up slowly, probably. Oh, what y'all got going on this weekend? Anything good? Actually, I need to do this again. I gotta check my reading times. Hold on. I'm never fully prepared. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so I got a clear morning. My earliest reading is due at 1 p.m. All right. What are y'all up to? Oh, damn, South Africa here in the house. That's cool. Wow. That's neat. Anyway, y'all got any good plans for the weekend? Shit, I don't. Man, I'm like the most boring ass dude. Those of you who have followed me for a while, you know this, but any new faces in here, I'm one boring ass dude. I just sit around. My ideal, you know what I have fun doing? And I think this is my Virgo moon and rising. I have fun running errands. That's my idea of a fun day. Running errands and like grocery shopping and stuff like that. That's how you know you're getting old, man. I'm still a puppy. I'm only 34, but I feel like I'm getting old because I have fun running errands. Like, ooh, what are we gonna do today? We're gonna go grocery shopping? Yeah! You know, and I have a blast with that, you know? And you would think living in Vegas, I'd be downtown all the time. Hell no, man. No. We went to a pool party. Was that last week? Went to some pool party. Some NFL football player threw a pool party and we went to it. And good Lord, that's just not my scene no more, man. I just don't like partying. I mean, it was at some resort down there downtown. I don't even fucking remember where. Where was that at? I don't know. But anyway, it was in the outdoor area with the pool, and it was so packed and so crowded. You know, music thumping, everybody in their bathing suits drinking and doing all this shit. And Leah wanted to go to it because she said she always wanted to experience a Vegas pool party. And I was like, okay, we'll do it then. So I mentally prepared myself for it. But the whole time I was just like, oh, get me out of here. You know? Oh, I'm boring, dude. So anyway, I actually think running errands is fun. That's how boring I am. I think it's fun. I actually think it's fun. I don't know, I might think of something to do today. Yeah, okay, so I'm not alone then. That's cool. Y'all like running errands too, okay. That's good. I think, I don't know, maybe that's just a sign that you're happy, maybe. I don't know, because I used to get bored really, really easy. I used to always be one of those types of people that I was always afraid I was missing out on something, you know? I always wanted to be out, mingling and trying to find where there was something fun going on when I was much younger. Not no more, man. Not no more. It's good to hear I'm not alone. Good to hear I'm not alone. Yeah, but I'm kind of starting to get used to it now. I was thinking about it the other day. Those of you who have watched me for a while, you know that when we first moved here 2 years ago, I was complaining because it was so crowded. And it's crowded. It's crowded, but I think I'm starting to adjust to that. Just crowded for no reason. I live in Henderson, so when you go grocery shopping on a Tuesday, the traffic looks probably something like rush hour traffic would in any other city, And during rush hour, though, holy shit, man. Don't go out. I hope you ain't got nowhere to go or nothing to do. 5 o'clock on a Friday, oh boy. Woo! You're going to be sitting. You're going to be sitting in bumper to bumper traffic, But anyway, and this is our last year here. Well, our lease at this house runs out next April. So that's where it's kind of hanging up in the air. What we gonna do? I don't know, man. I think I finally got Leah to admit the other day that this really is home, It really is. So it's up in the air. We don't know what we're gonna do. If I had it my way, if I could rub a lamp and make a wish with a magic genie, I would say, let me just buy this house. I just want to stay here. I don't want to go nowhere, So anyway, yeah, it's been a fun transformation too, Lauren. It's been fun. Well, a matter of fact, was that last chat? We talked about this. I think the last time I got on here and chatted that that is the exact reason why I leave all the old pictures and videos for me, everything that exists that I've ever put on the internet, I leave it up for that reason. Because like I said, I like to teach and guide healing and transformation, and one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people make is they take advice from people who don't have what they want, and they ignore the people who know what they're talking about, So I'm thinking, okay, well, if I'm teaching like healing, evolving, and transformation, I want to show you that I know how to do it. Go look. Go look. Look at every video that you can find of me on the internet. I think they go back, 10, 12 years. I've been putting videos on the internet. And if you can dig up and find some old video footage, you wouldn't even recognize me. If I was somebody else, I'd be thinking some conspiracy shit. I'd be like, oh man, they done cloned him. That's not rich. They cloned him. No. I have made quantum leaps in evolution. And there's nothing special about me, man. Nothing special about me. Everybody can do it. But I was listening to this morning at 3 when I first woke up. I picked up my earbuds and put them on and opened up YouTube and just clicked on one of my first videos that popped up in my feed. And it was one of those, y'all ever watch those YouTube channels where these people are like channeling like the Pleiadians or whatever, or galactic federations, and they're like channeling the messages? It was one of those. And the dude was talking about being a starseed. And that was what the video was about. It said, here's some ways to know if you're wondering whether or not you might be a starseed. Here's some signs. And this motherfucker just described me to a T. And I'm sitting there listening to that like, God damn, is this dude spying on my life, you know? And I don't know, it was just kind of funny. So I think that that's one thing that a lot of starseeds go through, but, well, it goes back to what Dolores Cannon was saying too, about some of the volunteers, and again, this described me to a T. The entire entity can't come in all at once because it'll kill the human body. You know, it vibrates too high. So like their first attempt at incarnation, the fetus didn't survive, you know? So it's very common for a starseed to try to incarnate and then the mother miscarry the baby because the energy is too heavy. And then they figure out, oh, okay, well, let's just spoon feed little pieces of the soul and of the energy to the human body throughout different stages of its life. And then you'll see these people make massive, massive transformations, like unrecognizable transformations, you know? And I'm like, holy shit, that's me, dude. You know, so, I mean, I really feel like anybody can do it, though. I really do. I don't think you have to be a starseed. I could be wrong, but I just really feel like anybody can do it. Anybody who is at a place in their life where they're tired of experiencing the same old shit, you know? They really want to actually see a change. They want to see something happen in their life. I think anybody can do it, you know? I think anybody can. But anyway, my girls are good. They good. Just being their same little high vibrational selves. They're doing a lot better though, actually. They're at that age, they're at that like, they're coming up on puberty age. So yeah, they're evolving and transforming. You know, my oldest daughter, I think she's gonna be like me. Well, I think girls hit puberty earlier anyway, but I was a very early bloomer. I hit puberty really early, really young, younger than most boys. I hit when I was like 11, 12. By the time I was like 13, my first couple of little black hairs started coming through on my chin. By the time I was 15, I had a full fucking beard, you know? And yeah, I was like, by the time I was 14, 15, I'm covered head to toe in hair, you know? And that's not very common for most boys, but I get that from my dad because he was the same way. And my youngest daughter, even though I think it's more common for girls, I'm pretty sure, she's hitting puberty now. She's 11. She just turned 11 in February. And, you know, got the little acne going. She's freaking out because she's starting to get little pimples and shit. And, you know, and going through the hormones raging and all that stuff. So I'm just so blessed that Leah is there to help deal with that because I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do. I had no idea how to handle that, you know? I have no idea. But anywho. Yeah, it would blow anybody away if they really knew how powerful they were. Liz, it really would. It really would. I mean, I'm not even 100% convinced that some people who really are tapped into their power fully comprehend how powerful they are, you know? I'm not even convinced of that, but once you start to get a pretty decent idea of how much power you have over your own life, and I was just thinking about making a video on this, like last night, about trusting yourself. Dude, that might sound like not that big a deal, but do you have any... If every human being on the planet right now woke up and decided to start trusting themselves, the whole fucking game would fall apart. All of it would be over. All of it. The whole game would fall apart. The entire world and system that we were born into, brought up in, and taught is just how things are, relies solely on nobody trusting themselves and looking outside of themselves for the answers. The whole game. The whole game, you know? And the minute everybody wakes up and trusts themselves, all of it will be over. But how do you get that to happen? You know, how do you get that to happen? What is that one thing that I can say? And that's my goal. When you come to me for a personal reading, that's my goal. I don't know how successful it is. Like I said, you know, I've heard some testimonials that support that it has worked. But my goal, I would love to be able to say that one thing that makes it click. That one thing that makes you go, oh, I'm the one that decides how this is going to go. I'm the one that knows the answer to that. I don't need to go to a tarot card reader or to a psychic. I have the power to create that. I want to be able to say that one thing that wakes that up in you, you know? So that's kind of what I feel like, I don't know, man. I just feel like that's kind of my calling, you know? Again, I don't know how successful I am at accomplishing that, you know, because at the end of the day, it's not me that does it. At the end of the day, it's the individual person themselves that has to make that conscious decision to start trusting in themselves. But you know, one thing that happens once you do, though, here's one thing. The flavor, the excitement of life kind of starts to dwindle away, you know, because we kind of trap ourselves in this fantasy that there's some answer out there. There's some person out there. There's something out there that is just the end all be all. The truth, the one answer, you know, that you understand what I'm saying? And then when you like really actually understand, and when you wake up to the fact that no, what I believe is the answer. That's the answer. My life is made up of a composite of my belief systems. And you realize that that's really the life experience that you've been living and that you will continue to live unless you choose to change it. Something about that excitement, that yearning to find that one answer or that one truth, it kind of is like, I don't know, it's kind of disappointing a little bit, you know? A little bit, but it's probably a healthy disappointment because that illusion, that fantasy misleads so many people, you know? That there's that one magical answer out there somewhere that is the end all be all to everything, and it's not, you know? But anyway, that is the times that we're living in, though. It is the times that we're living in. Oh, you practicing recording yourself reading tarot? Yeah, man, I remember those good old days. I never even practiced, honestly. I never did. If you go back, if you type in my name, Rich Lopp, 2018, and you see the very first tarot card reading videos I ever did, I was scared to death, dude. I was scared to fucking death. I was scared. I didn't think I knew what in the hell I was doing. I was just playing. A lot of you I know have heard that story, but for those of you who have never heard me tell the story, it was an accident. I didn't practice. I didn't sit down and plan to be a career tarot card reader. It happened by accident, you know? So when I first sat down and decided to do it, it's because the girl I was dating, she had a teenage daughter. And throughout the summertime, like her daughter would just sit in the living room and blare the TV, you know? And I just couldn't stand being at the house while she went to work and I was off on my off days. So I would just leave and go out walking around, you know, up in Maine, and I'd be bored as hell. Well, I remember I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna need to find something to do on my days off. I'm getting so bored. And I was like, okay, you know what I think I'm gonna do? Starting on the day that her daughter goes back to school and I have the house to myself on my off days, that's when I'm gonna start playing around with this little tarot shit, you know? that'll give me something fun to do on my days off, something to occupy my time, you know? And I was scared. I was scared to death. I was scared. I've heard people say, you used to be so humble. No, I wasn't humble. I was scared. I was terrified. I had no self-confidence. I didn't think I knew what I was doing. The plan was not to become this popular tarot card reader. That wasn't the plan. The plan was to just give myself something fun to do. I didn't think anybody would watch me. You know, I didn't think anybody would listen to anything that I had to say. And then it popped off and blew up, and then it scared the shit out of me. And I could hear the universe in my ears saying, this is what I need you to do. I didn't want to. I didn't want to. I was like, no, I don't want to do this. No. So the first 6 to 8 months, I think, of my tarot career, if you watch me on camera, I was scared. I was scared as hell, man. I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, you know? And then I had to going back to trusting yourself, I had to start learning how to trust myself, you know? And it was just so funny how it happened, that the universe put me in all these situations that backed me into a corner and left me with no choice, you know? And what I did, okay, so here's the story. Some of you heard me tell the story of when I really actually started trusting myself as a tarot card reader. One thing led to another, and life happened, and I ended up in a situation where I was broke. I needed money. You know, I wasn't making very big YouTube checks at the time and whatnot. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to answer questions live on Facebook, you know? And I don't remember, 10, 20 bucks, something like that for a question. And I was doing that. I was going through live and answering little questions. And then this lady, one of her question was something to the effect of, tell me about the new puppy, or something like that. We're getting a new puppy. Can you tell me how this experience is going to be? Okay, so I'm shuffling, and all of a sudden, 5 of Pentacles comes out. Then 5 of Wands comes out. 7 of Wands. 10 of Wands. And I'm like, holy shit. I was like, was this dog like abandoned or abused? This is going to be rough. This is going to be tough. I think you're going to have a hard time training this dog. And then I realized, whoa, wait a minute. She said a new puppy. Like a new, brand new little puppy. A little puppy's not been abandoned or abused. What the fuck? And I was like, oh shit. I just made myself look like an idiot in front of everybody. Holy fuck. Oops. And like I started sweating bullets. And then I saw her comment come up. She said, yes, that's accurate. This dog was abused and abandoned and left on the side of the road. And I was like, oh shit. Well, maybe I do know what the hell I'm doing then. It's that easy? And then from that moment, I was like, okay, I see how this goes now. And I started trusting myself, you know? And it taught me a lot and how to trust myself doing this for a living, you know? So anyway, I didn't really have a solid landing point with that, but anyway, yeah, that's one of my little stories. Yeah, it wasn't, for those, I'm not going to go into the whole story, but it wasn't a plan of mine. The universe like fucking chased me and tackled me to the ground and said, this is what you're going to do, damn it. So this is what I'm doing. Anyway, it's fun though, man. I dig it. It's fun. I got to get to work today. I'm going to do some May extended readings. See how many of those I can pop off today. Pretty sure I have a light personal reading day. Pretty sure. There's this pattern. It goes in patterns, you know? Like, all of a sudden, a big wave of personal readings will come in. And, like, it won't leave me no time to do nothing on my main channel. And then the more I'm 2-3 days in a row, I'm doing all these personal readings and nothing is going on my main channel. So the less that's going on my main channel, the less personal readings that are coming in. So then as I get down and start getting all my personal readings done, then that frees me up. And I'm like, now I got to play catch up on my main channel. So I pop off a bunch of videos on my main channel, and I want to keep that going. And the personal readings will start rolling in, rolling in, rolling in. And then I got to pull my focus away from the main channel. It's just this pattern. It goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, you know? So, yeah, that's how my life goes. Anyway. Well, thank you for tuning in. Glad you love these talks. I love doing this. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. I've been up since 3 a.m., bored as hell. For those of you who didn't hear me say it a minute ago. I ever get a message? Yeah, kinda. Yeah. Yeah. What do you mean? Like, it depends on what you mean by that. Yeah, sometimes. But what I usually do is I'll figure out a way to like deliver it in a way that's something that can connect to everybody. You know what I mean? That's what I usually do. Like, and I was just talking to Coach Drew about this the other day too, that I used to script all my videos out before I started reading tarot. And like when I had my day job, I would be like at work all day, scripting this video out in my head, thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking for like a week. And then I would sit and record the video in 2 or 3 takes. And I got tired of doing that. So one of the things that I loved was when I was reading tarot, there is no more scripting. No more scripting. It just, you know, poof, it's on the fly. So it really taught me how to get into flow state, you know? So now that I've been doing this for so long, whenever I go back to try to script a video, it doesn't really work that well. Like I give myself a headache. So whenever those types of messages come through, what I usually try to do is try to figure out a way to script it into a video. Like, all right, I'm gonna make a video about this. And then when I start trying to think about it, like I used to, it starts giving me a headache, you know, and I'm like, oh shit. I'll do that later. And I'll like procrastinate and put it off, you know? And you know what? I could probably figure out a way to put that into a tarot card reading. And I'll usually throw it in there like that, you know? So it's really hard whenever I sit down and try to script out a video. Really, really hard. Because I've just been doing everything flow state for so long, you know? And, okay, spoiler alert. Last week, we recorded a video, an interview / session of one of my workout sessions with Coach Drew. And I remember before we shot it, they gave me these are some questions. He texted it to me. These are some questions we're gonna ask you. And I didn't even look at it. And then the day that we go to shoot the video, I pull up in front of the gym, pull my phone out and look at the questions for the first time. So I walk in the gym and then they mic me up. They hook me up to a mic and then they put the camera on me and then start asking the questions. Boom, 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 popped them off. And the dude goes, damn, you must be into public speaking. I was like, no, I'm a career YouTuber. And they're like, oh, okay. Man, how long you been rehearsing that? I said, I didn't rehearse nothing. I just looked at those questions for the first time sitting out in the parking lot. You know, I said, with the content that I do on the internet, I do everything live, you know, and I have been for a couple of years now. So when you get comfortable with that, it really helps you tap into flow state, you know, to just be able to get on live and just be able to flow, open up the valve and just let it flow and let it come randomly, you know? So anywho. Yeah, there are a lot of fake people on there. There are. There are. Well, the problem is you have a lot of people who are in it for the wrong reasons. That's what you have a lot of. You have a lot of people, especially in the tarot community and in the spiritual community, that see people like me and the other successful tarot card readers, and they think, oh, I can just go flip some fucking cards and get internet famous and make a bunch of money. Holy shit, you know, and then they get into it, and all they're in it for is the popularity and the money, you know? That's not why I'm in it. Like I was saying a minute ago, it wasn't even my plan. I was manifesting self-employment. That's what I was manifesting, but I was trying to be one of those super affiliates, you know? My plan was to build like a super affiliate business and nobody know who I am. That was my plan. I didn't want anybody to know who I was or what I did for a living. I wanted to hide my face, not be in the public, and just be able to sit at home, you know, and work on the internet. Nobody knowing who I am or what I do, and just be a little hermit. That was my goal. So when the universe threw this career at me, I was like, no, I don't want to fucking do this. This looks so stupid. I don't fit into the tarot community, you know? But I just knew that's what the universe wanted me to do. So I'm like, okay, well, I have to figure out a way to do my job. And my job is to assist in the shift, you know? And I'm not saying I'm the only one. I've been known for years that I'm part of a team of people who are here assisting in the shift from the old into the new. You know, and everybody who does it has a different way of doing it and a different job. You know, I'm nothing special. You know, there was a huge team of us. I guarantee you a bunch of you on the team are watching. You're probably one of the teammates and you don't even know it, you know? But I was like, okay, well, how can I figure out how to do my job doing this? I was like, okay, well, you know what I think I can do? I can plant little seeds that will bloom if you choose to water those seeds. What I like to be able to do, like, even if you watch one of my general readings, I like to be able to say one little thing that may just, you think it's just flying over your head. And then it plants a seed in your mind later, you know? And then maybe a week later, 2 weeks later, it starts to bloom. Because I can remember those little things were the biggest pivotal moments on my evolutionary journey happened like that. You know, I would watch a video or listen to a lecture or something like that and then forget about it. And then like 2 weeks later, a month later, I'd be like, oh, dude, that thing that person said in that video a month ago, holy shit, and then blow my fucking mind, you know? So that's the reason why I make it a very strong point to be, you know, real. And the point of it is, I think the point of it is to make everybody understand another part of this world, this system that we were brought up in, is putting people on pedestals. You know, we put these people on pedestals. We always do that. Oh, that dude has a better job than me. He's way up there. And I'm just a lowly little human, you know? Oh, this guy is really popular on the internet and he makes a bunch of money. Oh, he's way up there. And I'm just a lowly little nobody. We're all the fucking same. All these people that you put up on pedestals are just regular ass humans just like you. They put their pants on with both feet. They still wipe their ass when they shit. And every now and then they gotta wipe and it won't come off, so they just gotta pull their pants up and they clean the doo-doo stains off later, just like you. We all the same. We gotta stop this shit of seeing somebody and putting them up on this big old pedestal. Oh man, they're so up there and I'm so down here. Nuh-uh. No. That's an illusion that we have to shatter. It's an illusion. We're all the fucking same. Every last one of us. And I know that sounds like common sense. You know, when you say that, it sounds like common sense, but there's still a part of us that doesn't quite fully accept that. There's still a part of us that thinks that these people who have something that we don't have, or whatever the case may be, are way up there and we're down here. That's not true. Not true. Well, good. I'm glad. That's the reason I do these talks. That's the reason right there. Is to hopefully be able to say one thing that somebody needs to hear, you know? That's the reason. I don't get paid for these videos on this channel. You know, I don't run no ads on these videos. I don't make no money off this channel. You know, so I like to be able to have this channel to just put whatever I want on it, and you know. But anywho. Anyway, might cut this short. I'm going on a little joyride this morning. Maybe. No, I do not really. Well, I don't know. I don't watch YouTube tarot readings. I don't watch them. So I don't know. I don't think so. I will pop in every now and then when I see one of my buddies live. Like if I open up YouTube and I see like Ramblin' Mike and he's live, or Illust Illuminator, or I might pop in and say, "Yo, what's up?" and then leave. But I don't really actually sit and watch them. So probably not, honestly. And the thing about it is I came to tarot for the same reason you all came to it. Because I experienced a connection with somebody that at the time was the most intense connection that I had ever felt before at the time. And this person climbed up in my head, bought up all the real estate in my head, and lived there and dominated my thoughts for like 2 years. Drove me so fucking insane, dude. And then, long story short, I clicked on a tarot card reading video one day that told the fucking story. And just like everybody else, I got addicted to them. I got addicted to binge watching these fucking tarot readings, And shit, I did that for about a year? Let me see. Close to a year, not quite a full year. I saw my first tarot card reading video in December 2017. And then yeah, so for about a year. And about 6 months later, though, I was like, man, I'm not getting the clarity that I want. I'm going in circles. We're not getting anywhere with this. And I was like, I'm broke. I can't afford a personal reading, but I can afford to take 20, 30 bucks up to the street to the little spiritual store and get a deck of those little shits and learn that shit myself. That's how I'll get the answer that I'm looking for. That's how I'll find out what I'm trying to find out. So that's what I did. Went up, bought some cards, spent the next 2, 3, 4 months just obsessively watching the YouTube readers, figuring out how to play with them myself, just to read my own situation. That's it. It's the only reason I ever picked those fucking things up. And of course, long story short, boom, boom, we talked about it. I decided to play around with it on YouTube. Bam, it blew up. Changed my life. And a couple of months later, after I had already been reading tarot on YouTube and I was off and running with that, I was sitting down thinking about that connection with that person. And I was like, damn, man, I still, after all this, never got the clarity that I wanted from that situation. I still never figured out why that happened and why she did that to me. And then it dawned on me. I was like, holy shit. This is why. This is why that happened. Holy fuck. And then it blew my mind. That was the only reason that any of that happened. And I look back and it just all flowed so perfectly. During the time that I was connected with that person, is when I randomly, out of nowhere, met Tina for the first time, who gave me my first tarot card reading. A tarot card reading came and chased me down, and it just flowed so perfectly. And it just blew my mind how the universe lined all that up and made that happen so perfectly. And then the minute I made that realization, that's when that person that I felt so connected to, that lived in my head, their energy left me. The minute I made that realization, this person's energy jumped out of my head, ran off, and it was gone. And then from that point, I had no reason to watch YouTube tarot card readings. No reason. Because I only came to the tarot for one reason and one reason only, and that was to gain clarity on that particular situation. And then once I completely, fully released that situation, when I realized why it actually happened, that's when all the readings stopped resonating. That's when they all stopped resonating. So I just stopped watching them at that point. Stopped watching them. So I would have to say, though, to try to answer that question as directly as possible, I highly doubt that I resonate with them. The last one I watched, the last time I sat down and actually watched a tarot reading, that somebody did on YouTube, no, not at all. And even my own Aquarius readings, no, not at all. Or the Virgo readings. Those were always the ones that I went to, of course, because I'm an Aquarius, but like I had a little handful of readers, like maybe 10 or 15 readers that I would watch. And on those occasions that none of my favorite readers were resonating, if I went to the Virgo readings, that always resonated. That would always hit right on, So now, no, not even in mine with the Aquarius or the Virgo readings. I don't resonate with any of them. So I highly doubt it, but I don't know because I don't watch them. I have no idea. And I would also assume that like most people who are like really, truly, genuinely reading like real life shit, if you are at a point in your life where you need to go to YouTube and watch a tarot card reader to try to gain clarity on your love life, that means your love life is fucked up. There's something wrong with it. Like there's a problem. I don't have any problems at all in my love life. I don't. I'm very happily engaged. I'm in a relationship that is more successful and healthy than anything that I ever dreamed possible. I didn't even know it was possible to have a relationship like the one that I'm in, So unless maybe there are some rainbows and unicorn farts tarot readers out there, I know I've heard of them. I did hear rumored that there's a pretty popular reader on YouTube who takes all the negative cards out of the deck. So that it's impossible for a negative message to come through. And I'm gonna tell you what, man. I'm gonna just keep my thoughts to myself about that right there. But I just will say that if that is along the lines of anything that you're doing, you are doing people a disservice. If you're getting on there lying to people, I don't care what it's about, you're doing people a disservice. Okay, because if you want to actually help somebody, if you really want to be of service, think about this. Your car's fucked up. And you take it into a mechanic. That mechanic needs to be able to identify the problem. If that mechanic can't identify the fucking problem, and there's something seriously wrong with your car, and that mechanic just blows smoke up your ass and says, oh, it might not be that big of a deal. Oh, no, let's just ignore that weird knocking sound. Just put some oil on it and lube it up a little bit, and that'll quit later on down the line. No, your car's gonna fucking break down. Because that mechanic was too scared of hurting your fucking feelings. You know what I mean? No, we have to be able to tell the truth about what went wrong and why it went wrong in order to be able to tear it apart and fix the problem. See what I'm saying? Makes sense. Anyway, I don't really know what the landing point was there. I forgot. I'm trailing off. I probably am going to cut this short, though, and get out of here in a few minutes. Probably gonna. Getting a little bit hungry. I'm going to grab me a bite to eat and get fired up and ready for the day. So, anywho, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Greatly appreciate y'all for tuning in and listening to me blab. I might be back on doing this in the morning. I don't know. But I wish y'all love, luck, light, and prosperity on your